Hello, movie people. Welcome to episode of the CineGuy. I'm your host, Steven, and Ghoul. Let's talk film. It is time to go beyond the MCU. And no, I'm not talking about Guardians or even an acid trip with Thor. No. We're talking about actual gods. Eternals. The group of 10 super beings from a different planet sent here by the Celestials to maintain the balance of humanity as we continue our lives. That's right, since the dawn of time, they have worked to not interfere and simply protect us from the deviants. Evil, crazy aliens that want to devour humans because I guess we're so super tasty. I don't know. But all that changes when they soon realize the truth. It's all bull. Yeah. They weren't protecting the Earth, they were just preparing this world for the birth of a new celestial who is located inside the Earth, and once he rises and is born, it destroys the planet and everybody in it. But of course, why should they care? They're actual gods. They could just go to a different planet. That's literally the plan that that the Celestials have for them after they complete their job. Oh, and also, they're not actually super beings. No, they're just like space robots created by the Celestials. This movie is very, very complicated, especially for a Marvel film. So with a lot going on that generally expands the cosmic world of the MCU, why did this movie feel so bland? I mean, there's 10 Eternals, but I only found myself caring for 3 of them, and they were the comic reliefs. Cersei, who's kind of like the main character in this movie, she just felt super rushed into becoming the new leader of the group, to the point I'm like, okay, so I guess now it's your story, but I don't really care. Icarus, the man that flew close to the sun, he felt super wooden, especially on Richard Madden's level. Like, when he talks, he was just standing there, just talking. Like, then again, that's all the conversation were in this movie, just standing and talking, like nothing's happening. There's no action going on. Man, they talk a lot in this film. Ajax. How do you get Salma Hayek and not do a lot with her? It's like, I don't know. Okay, she's the leader and she has healing powers, but like, nothing much is done with her character except exposition. That's it. Makari, now she was interesting as a speedster because she was powerful in this movie. But we don't get to see her until like the end of the second act. So it's kind of like, okay, what a waste of a really fast character. Druid, the only one who actually cared about interfering in order to end human conflict. But honestly, he was just there. That's it. Okay, he controls minds, but that's it. Nothing else. Although I will say this, his relationship with Makari felt a lot more fresher than Icarus and Cersei. Like, who cares about Icarus? Sprite, forever cursed to look like a teenage girl. Okay, so it's implied that she's in love with Icarus, but like, it's just because I was told that. That's it. There's no other implication or just showing like I love this man because, you know, technically I'm a being of like thousands of years old. But no, just because Kingo's like, oh yeah, you love him. Okay, it's like Peter Pan. Also, your haircut looks like Peter Pan. We get it, Disney. You bought Marvel. Also, she does kind of betray her friends to, you know, help lead the end of the world. But I guess we shrug it off because then Cersei turns her into a human, so enjoy puberty and smartphones, I guess. Athena, the warrior goddess. Angelina Jolie actually does her character justice, although it kind of feels like, I don't know, she belongs in an entirely different story. Like, she needed her own little movie in order to get me to, like, you know, maybe like the character more, but no, she was like just there. Now, the ones I do actually care about are hardly there. Gilgamesh, the strong one, killed off. Kingo, the actual funny, interesting character, walks away from the final battle and doesn't even show up. Like, seriously, they just destroyed a whole cliche like, oh, I'm not gonna fight in the final battle. Surprise, I'm here. No, there's no surprise. I would have loved to have seen like him join the fight while his valet is just recording in the background. That would have been an excellent addition. Phaistos, the inventor, the guy who actually gave up on humanity after seeing the horrors of war. He decides to have a family. Okay, that's good for him. and he was actually really interesting. But we don't see him until maybe the middle of the second act, where they figure, hey, we need an invention to save the world, and that's it. Yeah, not a lot of character development occurred in this movie, and I get that it's a whole ensemble cast, but hey, if each Avenger can have a personality, why can't the Eternals? And the main villain? Crow, the Deviant, the one who can absorb the powers of the Eternals, and who ends up becoming an arch nemesis for Athena. It's not even the main antagonist, he's just there. I mean, he would have been an excellent antagonist, but no. He only fulfills Athena's side of the story. Crow is just there as a distraction for the real villain, even though pretty much Crow had the potential to be the main baddie. Man, what a waste of Bill Skarsgård. So, who's the real villain? It's Arishem the Judge, the Celestial who hired these guys. He wants to destroy the Earth to allow the birth of Celestial. But of course they say, nah, we like the humans, so they defy his plans. And he's like, that's not cool. I mean, a full-scale threat like that should be a little more exciting. I mean, these guys practically pretty much work for God, and they just defiled his plans. So, why did I not care about an actual freaking Celestial? I just found it poorly executed and not as exciting as I hoped it would be. It just felt like Marvel made this movie just to say, oh hey, here are the Eternals, you don't really know much about them, but hey, you gotta like them anyway. Oh, you don't? Well fine, there's Karun, the Indian valet with a video camera who works for Kingo. Man, Karun was a great character. I liked him, he was a lot of fun. You guys had me care more about a side character than the actual heroes. Well done, Marvel. Not sure, I'm surprised you could even accomplish that. So, connections to the MCU. Where are we going in the multiverse? Nowhere. It's not even mentioned in this movie. Okay, what about a teaser for Spider-Man No Way Home? They don't even mention his name once. Any word on Kang? Who's Kang? Cause this film doesn't know. Instead, we get 2 post-credit scenes where we meet Star Fox, Thanos' little brother played by Harry Styles. Maybe twice removed. So hey, another intergalactic being, played by Styles. I don't know, either they're trying to please their teen girl audience members, or Chloe Zhao pulled a Christopher Nolan. She didn't even know that Harry Styles was already famous. That's a true story. That's why he got hired in Dunkirk. And the last scene, we see Dane Whitman, played by Kit Harington, who is Cersei's boyfriend, but actually the superhero known as the Black Knight. So he reveals a sword that starts moving weirdly, and then we hear a voice in the background speaking to him. We don't know who it is until it goes black. Who's that voice? Is it Nick Fury? No. Could it be Kang? No. Mephisto? No. It's Mahershala Ali's Blade! Yes! The famous vampire killer is officially now in the MCU! Not sure his connection to Black Knight though, but I guess we'll find out in his next movie coming very soon. But hey, these Celestials prove that Galactus is out there somewhere. Although, it seems a little too soon to bring him in because we are doing the multiverse with Kang and everything. I don't know, we'll just see how this goes. Overall, it's a movie that has its pros and cons. I feel like it could have been executed a lot better, and some things could have been done differently. But hey, at least there's some firsts, like first deaf superhero, first gay superhero, first Pakistani superhero. So, yeah. One movie at a time. So my final rating is going to be 6.9 Indian valets out of 10 deviants. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Leave a like if you did, subscribe and join the crew. I'll send for an awesome review. Also, be sure to follow on the Instagram at CineGuy Steven for more fun reviews. That is at CineGuy Steven. I'll see you there. This is Steven Angulo signing off. I think I'm going to watch Shang-Chi again. Yeah, that was a pretty good film. My